Hey y'all! And welcome to the Sorry Not Sorry Generation podcast, where we bring you a not-so-healthy dose of humor and reality as we get our hands dirty with some serious nostalgia and question everything.
Let's dive in.
Hey
y'all.
It's Misty.
It's Ani.
And Aaron.
And today we are celebrating Ani's birthday!
Yay!
Hey!
She
I'm
is
old.
turning 85 now? Is that right? 85?
And how old was Dorothy?
Dorothy.
Dorothy?
Zabornak.
Dead?
Valid. I don't know what you're referring to, but I feel like that should be valid, so.
Golden Girls.
Golden
No,
Girls.
yeah, I never watched that.
Great show.
Fantastic. Best show ever written. Certainly of the 80s. Certainly.
Yeah, but still, great show. But yes, I am old. I am now.
I am old.
I need to make babies, get married. No, I don't want to.
I was gonna say, who the fuck are you? And like, what? Like,
That's what I hear at home all the time. Get married, make babies. You're getting old.
Fun. God. So glad my mother doesn't talk like that. Granted, she doesn't want to be a grandmother, so.
Oh, my mom is dying to be a grandma. I'm like, you have 8 furry ones. Take your pick.
Yeah, my mom doesn't like people, and she honestly cannot fathom me in a relationship with the same level of intensity that I can't fathom me with children. So, because God, I can't even fathom. I don't even like in my Sims game, like when my Sims have kids, I don't even like that, and I was just like, oh, it's just like responsibilities.
What else can I say about this man? I don't know.
Feel like
What,
I should
man?
be worried.
Oh, that man.
I'm working on the PowerPoint.
One of those.
Uh-huh.
Let's see.
Should I be worried?
No.
No.
That
None of them are
was
that
reassuring.
bad.
Well, some of mine are interesting.
Well, that's how they should be.
Add to mine, so.
Some of mine are like a little bit of, alright.
That's all the best characters, though, right?
Aren't they all?
I picked some that I really like, and then some that I'm just like, sure, this is a person. So, most of them are good. There's a couple in there I specifically just I want your guys' opinion on them, so. My biggest obstacle has been finding the correct images to use.
Oh, I've been putting just a plethora of images for each person.
Yeah, I've tried to limit myself to 2 or 3, so it's not like all up in your faces, but because I have a bunch of other things on the slide, so. Canva makes very pretty PowerPoints.
The fact that this man is a Capricorn does not even surprise me.
Okay, you're gonna have to share in the comments who that one is.
Kane. Dregs.
Oh, okay. Yes, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Not even surprised.
I don't have much context for that. I don't know, like I know that, like, Ani and my mom are both Capricorns, but beyond that, my knowledge of Capricorns ends. So my knowledge of any of the zodiac ends with, like, who I know is that kind of person.
I've read so many of them, like, different like memes about like what each of the things are, the zodiacs, and I'm just like, okay, some of this shit makes sense for some people. I'm like, okay.
But as a reminder, some people's birthstone is crystal meth, so
Yeah.
that is very important to remember.
That's not at all a surprise.
No. And they all moved to Florida, right, Misty?
Oh,
Most of them.
absolutely. Most of them were just born here, though. So.
It's true.
Crystal meth in the veins.
Under the sign of Psycho.
Pretty much. I mean, these are the people that go and have hurricane parties. and organize groups to shoot at the hurricane to try and scare it away. Like,
Like, if you think it's gonna work, I mean, like, if you're just doing it to for shits and giggles, that's fine. But but if you think it's actually gonna work, I have news for you.
They had to get on the news and on the, like, not this past hurricane, not Ian, but the one before, and tell people, like, if you shoot at the hurricane, it will blow the bullets back at you, and you'll shoot yourself.
Oh, God.
Shoot the hurricane.
And they were trying to discourage people from going and shooting at the hurricane, and it kind of worked. Kind of.
Bruh!
It might have reached a few hillbillies, you know.
Yeah, like, I'd like to think at least a couple of wives were out there, but like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, no, you're not going out there to shoot at a hurricane.
Stop this.
Like, why does that have to be a statewide announcement? To be like, don't shoot the wind.
Because in the Facebook group about it, there were like 10,000 people registered to go.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Fucking
so
no.
There was a lot. There was a lot of people willing to go to this hurricane party, and it's just like, what is wrong with you?
I mean, think about it. There are instructions for soap. You know, there are instructions on the soap packaging as to how to use it. So, encountering a major weather issue is advanced stuff.
It's
not an excuse. It's
there
just
were
true.
groups to shoot at it, to yell at it, to throw things at it. There was more than one. There was more than one.
Of course there was.
It's depressing.
Yes.
That's what it is. It's depressing. But
by the way, for this PowerPoint, I was thinking to just men.
That's a good question.
It's up to y'all.
Because there are some girls that I would probably smash.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Whether or not I actually add them, I don't know, but I want to know the answer.
Yeah, no issues.
Well, and then from there, like, because then there's some definite fucked up women too in some of those books. So there's some babes, and then there's some crazies.
Amarantha's hot.
Yeah,
Wouldn't want to smash that.
Until you got to know her, you would.
Even then, no. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh yeah, no, she did say that. Okay. Hi guys.
You have.
What?
I
have what?
I don't know. Didn't you start to say you have?
I said hi guys.
Oh.
I didn't even hear that.
There you go, Ani. You're the problem.
What else is new?
It's me. Hi, I'm the
problem.
You guys really don't like Taylor Swift.
Oh God, I hate her. I can't stand her.
No. Absolutely no.
No redeeming qualities. None.
Fair.
I had to, in the politest way I could think of, I had to tell my cousins why I don't like Taylor Swift. I'm just like, I don't like her as a person. That's all I left it at that. I'm like, I don't like her as a human. So,
and of course your cousins,
as you will.
And of course your cousins are young enough that they'll still be like, but why?
Yep.
You'll figure it out when you meet a girl or two like that. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm like, you guys, don't ask me why.
Fair enough. I can't say I like her as a person. Like, that would require me paying any kind of attention to her.
True. And I've been doing a pretty good job of not paying attention to her. And then the whole thing with her tickets happened, and God. All of her, and I'll stick to the short version, but when all of her fans cried boo-hoo, and it's just like, and then there's a federal investigation into ticket fees and why the the lines are so long and why nobody gets any tickets because of the bots. And it's like, okay, but the rest of us have been here before. We're used to, like, we all have suffered through this. Like, why is it special that these little children, why are they not...
Special treatment for Gen Z.
Yeah, why do they not get to suffer like the rest of us?
For the people who spent $20,000 on tickets.
And it's like, Godspeed to y'all.
I can't fathom spending $1,000 on a ticket, let alone $20,000 on a ticket.
I mean, even for the people that I like the best, I've never spent
that much.
No.
That's too much money to be spending on any single event. That's not, like, a single night event.
Yeah.
Lord. That's just too much money. I can't fathom, like, thinking to myself, you know, it would be a really good idea to spend, like, most of my rent money on a concert. Like, a single concert. Like, that would be a great idea. Like, no. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, it's not even a whole day event. Like...
Yeah, the most I've spent on a concert is $320. But that's a fucking festival.
And how many bands did you see?
There are at least 20 I think I saw at least, like, 15 bands.
Right.
So, like, be good.
That works out.
Yeah.
The math there checks out, because that's, like, less than, what, $30 a band?
Yeah, about.
Yeah. And you saw some of the ones and then, like, someone like Avril.
Basically, I saw everyone I wanted except for one. That's okay.
Right. And and someone like Avril weighs a little heavier, you know?
Yeah.
So that math checks. $1,000 for Taylor Swift, just whew. No. And the ones that spent more, whew, it's like
I can't fathom spending that much money. I don't like anybody that much.
That's what I'm saying. Like Villavalo, lead singer of Him, is going on tour next year in April, right? We were going to see him. $50 a ticket for me and my mom. You know, like, so 100 total.
Yeah.
Right? That's totally worth it. He's like my favorite. Yeah. I have, got the heartogram tattoo, everything, right? Still 10% of what those people spent. Less than 10% of what those people spent.
That's very true.
So stupid.
It's a lot
spending that much.
Of money. It's a lot of money. And, like, I just, like, I get, like, it's an experience and everything, like, but it will be over in, like, 4 hours, and you will still be out, like, $1,000+
Mm-hmm.
Just, like, unless she's gonna go and, like, change your whole life, no. Just no.
I mean, people of a certain age, I think, when they go to see their favorite artist, do believe that it's going to change their life forever. And maybe it will. And, maybe it is absolutely the coolest thing that will ever happen. I am old enough to know that no single concert will do that.
Just, like, I can't fathom, like, going to a concert and being like, what's going to radically change my life? Because my follow-up question would be like, how? How will this change your life?
What will you do for me?
How will this change your life?
It's like, how will seeing Taylor Swift or Harry Styles change your life? Are you going to meet them? Are you going to become BFFs with these people? Like, is that what's going to happen? Are you going to, like, suddenly become BFFs and travel the world with them on their dime? Is that what's happening?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Here? No.
Yeah. I mean,
no.
How many times did Jessica see him last time?
Jessica went to, I think, 4 or 6 of his shows in October and November.
But she didn't even total, she did not spend that much money.
No.
I was just like, okay, but, like, I mean, like, I don't go to a lot of concerts anyway, so I can't fathom wanting to see the same tour from somebody that many times.
Fair. That is totally fair.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Motionless once, twice in the same tour, but I'm trying to think.
I am aware that Harry Styles puts on really good concerts, though. So.
Yeah, and he wears a different outfit every time.
Mm-hmm.
Every time.
Every single show is sparklier.
Different outfit.
Sparklier. Spandexier.
All right, should we start the episode?
Yeah. No idea what we're doing, but yeah.
Sure.
Just shooting the shit for the whole time.
Well, that'll be just like
Every
you,
other
Ani.
day.
It'll be. We don't know what we're doing, but we're happy to be here
Works for me.
for your birthday.
One of the pieces of trivia I added for the PowerPoint for the anime people is one of them is just always shirtless. So the little piece of trivia for you is he's just always shirtless.
I'm doing like a pros and cons thing. And let me tell you, there are not that many cons that I can think of.
I feel like that's gonna come out as not accurate.
I'm sure there's gonna be a difference of opinion.
I feel like I'm gonna ask like a basic question and be like, "Oh, there's the red flags." Like, there.
Has this person killed someone?
Yes.
It's like.
I know that answer. I know that answer.
Like,
but even that wouldn't deter Misty. That would be like, what did he use? How did he do it? How did he dispose the body? She needs the details.
Like, if I look at my list of, like, people that I'm going to show you guys, the list of the people who have not murdered somebody is a lot shorter than the ones who have. So, like, that's not really necessarily a problem. It's, like, maybe, like, the reasoning behind it that'll be an issue. If there's,
that's where we're getting into it.
Because, like, there has to be, like, a valid, like, reason, not just, like, psychopath murderer dude, so.
Which, more and more romance novels, that is just the case. They're just psychopathic murderers.
They're just, we want to kill and fuck whatever we want because we can.
Pretty much. It seems to be the way it works, so.
And I'm just like, see, that's different. Like, if you I don't know, murder in my name I don't know.
If you murder in my name, by all means, go for it.
But there still has to be a reason you're doing it for me.
Like, you can't just walk up to somebody and just fucking off them just because you're like, this is for you, dear. Like, that's Edward Cullen level crazy right there.
This is the skin of the killer, Bella.
Yeah, like, that's psychopathy on the level of Edward Cullen, and nobody needs that in their life. Nobody needs an Edward Cullen in their lives. Like,
no, we don't.
No.
Like, nobody's gonna look at that and be like, yep, no, that's what I want out of life right there. That's Sparky the bastard. It's like, whoo, I can't wait to get me a piece of that kind of crazy. That's a bag full of cats on crystal meth right there.
Oh, no.
Nobody needs that. Literally no one. How many people are you guys doing for your PowerPoint?
We've divided them by book series, so that's like, not a full answer, but
that's like a ballpark number, because like I don't want to like drastically outpace y'all. So
no,
we have plenty.
Yeah, I'm at 17, so like
okay.
I just started like maybe an hour and a half ago, and I'm at 6.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure I'm not going to drastically like go over the top here, because I'm just like, hello. There's so many. Just like, there's so many. Like, I have to keep crossing ones off my list because I'm like, it's just too many people from the same series.
Also, I'm putting half of this shit as pros, but I don't know how people will take it. People being YouTube, but I feel like YouTube will also agree with this as a pro. So I'm just
I don't think you have to worry about
yeah, I'm just
anybody.
Just
now,
saying.
that person out in the middle of the lake in, was it Michigan? Or
Kansas?
Oh. Sorry. Hello, Kansas.
Hello, Kansas Swamp Thing.
Oh, yes, our listener in the middle of the swamp, yeah.
I think that is awesome.
Look, Swamp
in a demented
Thing is a
kind of way.
And, like, I'm never going to be mad about that.
No. I was just saying, better appeal to them.
That sounds vaguely threatening.
Well, to that wonderful cryptid in the middle of the lake.
It sounded vaguely like you were threatening us with Swamp Thing.
No, I just found out about Swamp Thing yesterday, and I already love Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing's a good thing.
I'm okay with Swamp Thing.
We like Swamp Thing.
Oh. Well.
So did you go out and buy cake?
No, I did not. Because it was cold and rainy, and I'm just like, I really don't want to go outside again. So, I had ice cream.
Well, that's valid. Ice cream's good.
I saw Oreo in the background. Just hold him up while you...
You can eat him. He seems like he'd be delicious.
Little boy was outside during the day today, and he's just like, he wanted to go outside. I'm like, it's raining, but okay. I let him in. Yeah. This thing he's just standing under the tree, the loquat tree out front, looking at us just like, what? Can I come in? I'm like, you wanted to go outside. Like...
Just like, you're the reason you're out there.
Right? You are your own reason. Comes in, soaking wet. Like,
baby.
With that long hair.
Yep. There he is.
Hi, bud.
Come here. We were talking about you.
Is that what he said? Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's how he talks. With his big old body and a cute little chirpy chirp.
Look at those little white feet.
Look at this little guy. Oh,
so fluffy. Such a fluffy baby.
He is a floof.
He's a very floofy baby.
A floof that chose you.
Yeah, he did. I tried to not want him, and he made that impossible.
Look at that.
Girl, that never works with animals. Don't try to not choose them actively. Mm-hmm. They will make different decisions for you.
Well, and they did.
They make their own decisions, and usually it's the opposite of whatever you're looking to do. Pretty much. Like, that's the way they all function. Just like, this is not something you want. Okay, this is what's happening now. Just like, whether or not it's what they want, it doesn't matter because it's no longer what you want. So that's what just happens. So, our kitten's getting bigger.
Yeah.
I hate when they do that. You're supposed to stay small.
I know, you're supposed to stay small forever.
To be fair, she's getting rounder more than she's getting anything else.
That is an acceptable growth.
She's getting rounder, and she's got such a little itty bitty head, but she's got such a round little tummy. It's just like, and she purrs so loudly, like just so loudly. It's just like, oh my goodness, young lady, no wonder you eat so much. You're trying to like fuel that purr box alone.
Yeah, Minnie purrs like a freaking machine, and we're like, I can hear you 2 rooms away.
Mm-hmm. Just like so loud. But she's so sweet though. Her and Bucky just get along so perfectly. Like, he was meant to be a big brother. Like, that, he is 100% meant to be a big brother.
Yep. It's ridiculous how similar yours and mine are.
Yeah. They're good babies, though.
Yeah, they are.
He'll play with her, and, like, since she's, she's little, and when they wrestle around, because they love to wrestle with each other, and so, but when they wrestle around, like, she'll use her whole body, like, her front and back legs, and, like, her little mouth will go chomp, and all that, but he only uses his front paws. And, like, he like, pretends to bite her, but he doesn't actually bite her. And, but he won't use his back legs because, he knows he's a lot bigger than she is, so... He's very careful with her. It's really sweet, and she's really loud. Like, she's really, really loud. Like, she like the second she starts to like lose one of their little wrestling matches, she just starts screaming at the top of her lungs.
I don't want to play anymore.
She's like, no, this isn't fair. I'm gonna have somebody rescue me so I don't technically lose, because if the fight gets broken up, then I didn't technically lose. So. But that's the entire way she is, and she's just like, no, I didn't lose. It's okay. Mom like separated us, so I didn't lose. So, but yeah, that's their whole like little process.
Dynamic.
So
aww.
It's very cute, and he's so good with her, like, and he'll follow her around, and he'll go check on her, like if she meows or something like that. So it's just really sweet. So.
Cute.
So, I'm glad that they get along so well, and I'm really glad that, like, he really needed, like, a sibling.
Yeah.
The one that was actually going to, like, play with him, because Sam will.
Sam just is like, no.
Sam is one of the, like, do not fucking go anywhere near me if you can help it. So if you can't help it, figure it out.
Toby. Queen
Like
of the
Toby.
house.
Exactly.
Sam is 1,000% of, like, just leave me alone now.
Right.
Thank you. Like, it wasn't a question, it was a demand. So, but yeah, so, you know, they're good, but he's really happy.
What else? Oh, Erin, did you tell Misty what tentative plans we made last night?
Oh, well, now I'm really worried.
Oh no.
So,
Well, it's not in any way solid, but a possible return to Orlando.
Oh, yeah?
yeah,
Very short.
just 4 days.
For what?
Epcot and Animal Kingdom.
Oh, okay.
And then if you have time to hang out.
Because we'd come in, we're thinking about a Sunday, so.
What time of the year?
Tentative dates, April 30th to May 3rd.
Yeah.
Something like that.
We were going to inquire as to the weather.
Yeah, we were going to do that.
In late April. It'll definitely be in at least the 80s by then.
Yeah.
If not like the low 90s. So you're not.
Well, it'll
really
probably be that hot around here too.
I mean, like, it's already 80 here now, so, like, I've already had the air conditioner on, so.
We had the air conditioner on Christmas, so it just happens to be raining today.
Yeah, like, if you guys come in late April and early May, rainy season will have started by then, so. But, to be fair, rainy season is every month from mid-March through, like, September, so.
Okay. Yeah.
The worst time to come is during the summer, because that's when our rain is worst. And our
Yeah,
heat
no,
is
I'm
worst.
good. I don't need to be there when it's that hot.
Yeah,
Been there, done that.
like
September almost killed me.
Yeah, by the time February's over, the good weather's gone. So after that,
Yeah.
it's just heat and rain in alternating patterns. So just from one to the other. So it's it just gets rainier the longer the year goes on, and as it gets hotter, the longer the year goes on. So
Okay.
so you know.
You guys already told me woke
But
up
that's
before.
Orlando for you. Still better than your earthquakes and your mudslides, though. So
I don't know.
at least with my hurricanes, I get advanced warning.
That's true.
It's a very solid truth.
Very solid truth.
So, what are your birthday plans, Ani?
LOL. So, starting today is Wednesday. Starting Saturday, festivities begin. Saturday is Disney Day, because it's tradition to go to Disneyland for my birthday every year. Monday is my birthday. So Monday we're doing an escape room with Talat and Nadine and Jessica. I convinced her.
Did she require a lot of convincing?
She has before, because I'd be like, do you want to? She'd always be like, that sounds kind of weird. I don't want to do that. But now she's like,
Oh
I'm
my
also
God,
kind of curious.
Jessica.
But I told her where it is. I'm like, we're going to be in Silver Lake. She's like, oh my God, there's so many good places to eat in Silver Lake. I'm like, you want to come? Because you
I
can.
had a ka-chunk.
And I'm like, you can come, Jess. We still have a spot for the escape room. She's like, fine. So I convinced her based on location. Location means food. All right.
I mean, in our friend group, that really is how it works.
I know. Tuesday is Hellbent.
Yes.
No. Yeah?
Is
Yes.
Yeah.
Book release party for one of our favorite authors, Lee Bardugo.
okay.
Have you read her? Shadow and Bone?
You've read Shadow and
I
Bone.
read the first book.
Okay, yeah, her. So,
Her adult novel.
yeah, her adult, series. The
Okay.
second one.
That's
Then Wednesday is a game. Thursday I have massage, Friday we're recording, and Saturday I'm hanging out with Tawny.
Sounds like you got a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
That's how she rolls.
Yep.
That is how she rolls.
Don't know how I do it sometimes, honestly.
Like, my week with her stops on I have... stops on Wednesday. Then she's got the rest of the week, and it's like, that's nice that... I think it's... No, really, it's great that you have all those people to do things with, but it's just also like, mm-mm.
I know. Sometimes I definitely feel that. Sometimes I'm just like, too much. But it's just like, but it's fine. I'm seeing people. Hi, Mom.
I just think to myself, that could never be me.
It's weird. I know.
No.
I mean, it's not weird. It's just that I just don't do things, and you do. So, like, that's not...
It's just a different strokes for different folks thing.
Yeah.
Like,
And then we're going to the Huntington Library on the 21st. Speaking of, Aaron, when are we going to go to the Titanic exhibit?
I don't know. January is so full.
I know.
February is so full. I don't know.
Every month is full.
I mean, March isn't full, but I don't know if it's still open then.
What else? I mean, yeah, that's my plans.
You got a lot going on, girl.
Yep, I have a lot to... Yeah, I know.
I mean, as long as you have fun.
Oh, it is going through March, so we could probably do that.
Hey, that works for me. What was I gonna say?
That will be really haunted. Don't touch anything.
I saw one of your guys' other favorite authors on TV the other day, Holly Black.
Ah!
Yeah?
Holly!
Yeah, I think she was on Good Morning America.
Oh.
Yeah, she was... I didn't watch the whole thing, so I don't know what she was talking about, but she was talking about something, and, like, I recognized her name, and I'm like, oh, yeah. I know her. Vaguely, but I know her. I know of her.
I've heard that name before.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I've read, like, a couple of her books.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't like any of them, but, like, I've read a couple of her books.
When we were talking about making the PowerPoint last night at the game, we're just like, we're gonna leave out Cardin, because we realized just how much Misty does not like Cardin.
I don't fucking like Cardin at all. He's a truly a garbage human. Like, I gotta be honest with you. Some of these guys that I'm gonna show you on this anime PowerPoint that I'm working on, like, they're pieces of human trash, but, like, only a couple of them are on Cardin's level. Like,
yeah.
Cardin is a real piece of work, in my opinion, so...
Only a couple of them are.
I mean, there's
Cardin's
definitely
level.
a couple I've put in here just for... because I want to know your opinions without knowing anything about them. So, there's definitely a couple of those, because I'm curious. But, the ones that are absolutely human garbage, I will be telling you that they're absolutely human garbage after you give me your opinion on them. So, because I want to know. There's a couple of them in here, and I'm like, how do I make this person not sound like a piece of human trash?
You don't.
Pretty much. It's just like, well, I mean, like, I want your guys' like biased first opinions first, literally knowing anything, and then I'll tell you what kind of a person that they are. So.
Oh yeah, I think that's the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just doing basic pros and cons, and I have the prettiest little PowerPoint spread that I'm using for... I have titled it Smash or Pass, the smutty edition.
Oh, you want to know what I titled mine?
Yes.
Smash, Pass, or Run for Your Life. The anime hotties that cannot be forgotties.
The anime hobbies that cannot be forgotten. I love that.
Yep, that's what I titled mine. So that's what you guys are in for.
That's so funny.
So.
Oh, there. Sparky.
So that's what you guys are absolutely in for, and when I do this. But I mean, I know, like some of like. We're aware I have terrible taste when it comes to men, both reality and fictional. Luckily, I tend to keep that taste to fiction more than anything else. But like this will prove that in no uncertain term. Now, granted, I don't like all of these characters. There are quite a few of them on here that I do like, but some of the ones that are really pieces of shit I put on here simply because they're really pieces of shit, and not because I like them. But, like, some of them that are my favorite, it's just like, yeah, wow, you are trash. You are a trash person. It's just like, fictional or not, like, you push the boundaries of acceptability, so... Just like,
I think that is the name of this game, though.
Yeah. But that's also just the name of, like, my taste in fictional men. It's just like, how much of a piece of garbage can you be before I draw a line? And the honest answer is like much further than I'd like it to be. It's just like, okay.
I mean, I think for all of us, like, if we actually encountered this behavior in person, I think that like our tune would actually change.
Oh, but for sure.
From a fictional standpoint,
like
A+.
Can you imagine meeting Cardin in person? Like, that's not an interaction that would last very long. You'd look at you and be like, you're not good enough to talk to me, and it'd just be like, I
doubt there would be any. I doubt there would be a lot of words exchanged. It would probably be like turning his nose up and not continuing the conversation would be the entire interaction.
I mean, that's valid, but also physical violence.
That too.
I mean, best case scenario would be ignoring you.
More on my end of the physical violence, so. Just like,
but Jude was special. To earn such ire. No, I know.
She's special, but she's not pretty, but everybody finds her attractive. It's like, yeah, just like
I know, and she has
YA novel
dick-ass twin.
Just every freaking YA novel is here's this unattractive, beautiful person who has a bunch of people who fight over her at every given moment. And it's just like, you can't have both of these things. You can't be unattractive, but also have a bunch of people fight over you, but also be beautiful at the same time, but you just don't know it yet. It's just like, that's not how the world works, my dears.
Alright, hang on. I want to restart the video.
Alright.
New meeting. Start now. Let's go.
And I have added a couple of people just for the sake of adding, like, some of these more interesting people. People, like, I don't have, like, opinions of one way or another, but, like, I'm curious to see what you guys think of them. And I'm trying so hard to, like, branch out just, like, my main core anime.
Branch out.
It's just, like, because, like, it's so much my main core animes, and it's just, like, I gotta use a couple other ones. I can't just show you people from Naruto and Bleach. Like, it doesn't work like that.
We need more than Naruto and Bleach. Come on now.
Yeah, I know, but like some of them are so looking. Oh, like, come on. Just because he's a serial killer doesn't mean anything.
Just because he's a serial killer.
But I love him, even if he's psycho. But I did branch out. Like, they're not all just from Bleach. And I mean, like, Bleach and Naruto have the most, like, from single series, for sure. Mm-hmm. But, like, there are a bunch of other ones, too. So, I don't think either of you have seen either of those series, right?
I have seen Bleach. I just never finished it. Fair. And it's been a while since I saw it. So, I don't remember where I left off.
To be fair, they didn't finish the anime, so.
Well, that's terrible.
Yeah, it has been quite a few years since they worked on it. They recently brought it back last year, and it's been like 7 years, I want to say. Like, the series finished, like the actual book itself is over, but like they just didn't finish the actual anime part. And, but to be fair, this series ending is trash. So I love this series. I will defend Bleach until my dying breath. However, they canceled the series And so he was given like 3 chapters to wrap up everything when it was in the middle of like building to like this giant final like boss fight. And so they were building everything up to this final fight that actually didn't get to happen because they canceled the series. So
That's unfortunate.
But, you know, like, I love this series, and it's actually one of the series that has the best amount of diversity in it, like racial diversity in it, because they're very good at it. Like, the author, Tite Kubo, he's very good at that. Like, it was really just a huge disappointment. Well, the entire ending of the series was just a huge disappointment, because not a single couple that I wanted to get together got together. And I'm just like, this is so stupid. Like, you look at me and you tell me why Ichigo and Rukia do not end up together. Like, there isn't a single reason that makes sense, because let me tell you, like, you don't go traverse different planes of existence, fight an entire city, literally an entire city, to go rescue somebody from execution for, like, not some kind of affection. Like, what? Like, why? Where? Why are you doing this to me? But no, he ends up with the girl that he literally has almost no scenes with, and exactly less chemistry. So,
Exactly less chemistry.
Exactly less than 0. Yep.
All because they're both human. I'm like, who gives a fuck? Like, no. Like, she's so much, like, Rukia is so much fucking cooler than Orihime. Like, Orihime is a whiny little bitch. It's just like...
Not that I've seen it, but what is Rukia?
Rukia is a Shinigami. She's she's a spirit. Like,
okie dokie.
Yeah. So she looks human and everything like that. Like, she's not like...
Is she the short one with the black hair?
Yeah.
Okay.
But, like, there's... I don't even know how many volumes there are of Bleach, but, you know.
Now, Hayden has recently... I forget where we were that we saw all these... Like, I don't know, there was a lot of anime stickers in a parking lot. But, like... 3 different cars had this one character, and I don't remember where she's from, but she has long black hair. She wears a pink kimono, and she has like a roll of something. Like, I don't know if it's like a scroll in her mouth.
Demon Slayer.
Oh, she's from Demon Slayer. Okay.
Yep. I've only seen the first like 2 episodes of that one, but I can't help but know who he is. That series is literally like the big series at the moment. So
yeah. I don't think Hayden watches it either.
Like,
but he knows who that is.
Yeah.
And so does everybody in the parking lot.
I have a feeling we're gonna have some overlapping anime men. We might.
Are you including anime men?
Some.
I thought you guys were doing novels.
I am. I cannot include anime men.
I mean, I guess you can. Mine is all anime.
Well, hell, throw Draco in there if you want. I don't care. Fine, I won't put any anime.
Because I can't know your unbiased opinion on Draco. You know who that is. Like, the point is me trying to present you with characters you don't know anything about.
Okay, that's fair. Because I was gonna put one Kyo, but we know Kyo.
Yeah, don't put characters that you think I'll know, because like I want to like characters like your assumption based on not knowing very much. So
okay,
it's like you're gonna judge this person based on their appearances, which is awful. But like for this point is
it's awful, but it's what we're doing.
It's like it's awful, but it is what we're doing. So, but because I tried to like branch out and not use like from Naruto. I obviously don't have Naruto on the list. Like he's not on here. I'm gonna use people that.
I mean, you can. I've never seen Naruto.
True, but like I'm trying to use characters that like are less like not like the main ones necessarily. There's a couple of them on here that are like the main ones, but I've tried to like pull some side characters and stuff like that instead, just to make it a little more interesting. So, and I gotta say, I think only 2 of them are from like recent anime. A lot of the other ones are like I don't keep up a lot with like the like the
ongoing stuff.
Yeah, I don't keep up so much with that. So, because like the only one that's really popular at the moment that I'm actually keeping up with is Spy Family, and that's fantastic. So,
I need to finish. What was it? The Housewife.
Oh yeah.
Or the
House Husband.
House Husband. There you go. I gotta finish that.
That one's funny.
That was really good. I finished that one. That was, or at least I finished the anime. I didn't read it, but I finished the anime. It was good. Like, I was just surprised. Like, it's just like kind of nothing's really interconnected, which is a little irritating. But like, it's still really good. So. It was it's like the shows that aren't there's only one I think I've seen that more or less goes in that same route where it's not really connected and it's not the length of an entire actual episode. It's that show about the cat. Chi. I think the cat's name is Chi, and it's just like Chi's Sweet Home. That's what it is.
Okay.
And that's the same way. It's like really short episodes that aren't necessarily like interconnected with one another.
I don't know if you remember this show, but there was an anime that I started, and I don't know if it ever continued because I caught up with it, and I don't know if they did more of it. Something about this guy whose dad is like an archaeologist and sends him home a mummy, and it becomes his friend.
Oh, I want to say Mummy from Another World. Mummy. How to Keep a Mummy.
How to Keep a Mummy. There it is.
I watched. I watched several episodes of that, but it like kind of cutesy anime like that really doesn't keep my interest for very long.
Oh, okay.
So, despite the fact that I've seen quite a bit of Chi's Sweet Home, which is like, the episodes are like 5 minutes long. You can't help but have seen a lot of them. It's just like because they just go from one to the next one. You're like next thing, like 30 minutes later, you've seen like 6 episodes. You're like, oh, okay.
Sarah, I don't need to know that. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at trivia about some of these characters, and I did not need to know something about Therion. Therion is a...
It's a what? It's a what?
What?
It was what? He's a
I would say he's a merman, but he has a pouch for his genitals that opens like a clam.
Lord! Oh no! Wait, is that described in the book?
I don't know, but literally it says Sarah J. Maas stated on a live stream that Therion had a pouch for his genitals that opens like a clam.
Well, she can unstate that.
She should. Like, that just doesn't need to be anywhere.
No.
At all. Like, I don't think anybody needed to. Like, this is not I don't even know what series you're talking about, but like, that's awful sounding. Like, yeah, we're all gonna agree on that, right?
That's awful.
I really don't need to know that he that merman.
You don't need to say it again. You don't. I heard it the first time, and I want to unhear it.
And you know what's sad? Like, not sad, but like, this is not the first time I've heard that about mermaid physiology in romance books.
Yeah. There's not a lot of mer people romance novels for a reason. Like, it's off-putting.
For a reason.
I mean, they usually turn into people. They're land people for the romance, and then they go back to the water.
Yeah. And I'm just like, why?
Did not need to share. Did not need to share.
Yeah,
of course need to share.
Oh, I don't like. What series is this from?
Crescent City.
Okay. I was reading the back of that book the other day when I was in the store, and I'm just like, I keep trying to be interested in it, and it's just like it's just not. It's not happening, and I'm just like, okay. I keep trying to read the back of that one in the ACOTAR series, and I'm just like, okay. Like, I'm just like, whew. I was reading, because they were side by side in the store the other day, and I read the back of both of them, and I'm just like, fuck. And it's just like, yeah, no, I can't muster up the energy. I can't muster up the energy to read something that huge, where even like the back of the cover doesn't really pull me in. So I'm just like,
see, with all of her stuff, I feel like the first, or what the initial blurb is, does not cover what it becomes.
Yeah. And I just like it. I just feel
and it's totally fair that the first blurb does not pull you in, because it's not what it is.
Yeah, and like I feel like it wouldn't be quite such a big deal, but I read the first Throne of Glass book now twice, and I'm still of the same opinion. Like it's not terrible. But like,
you gotta give it more time, though.
But also, how much should she? I mean, if she doesn't like it now, I mean, like, even as someone who loves the series, I would when she started talking about that she was reading it or trying it again, I honestly was like, oh, maybe I should reread it. But I would start at book 3.
Why book 3?
That's where it starts to really
pick up.
Like,
Okay. Like,
but I firmly believe she shouldn't have to read until book 3 to be interested. Like, there's too much going on.
Like, if the first one doesn't interest me or, like, pull me in, then I don't want to continue with the series. And it's just,
I think that's fair.
And I tried so hard. I've tried so hard to like Sarah J. Maas books, and I just don't. And I'm just like, the same thing, like, there's so many very popular authors at the moment that I try so hard to like, and I'm just like, I don't. It's just not, I don't like it.
That's fine. I mean, there's,
I don't like it. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
That's from a stupid video we watched, but yeah, I don't like it. But that's fair, Misty. Misty, that's fair. Like, I've read the entire Throne of Glass series 3 times, and like I just read it. I read the first 2 for context, and then just in case I'm forgetting little stuff. But those are not my favorite books of the series.
Yeah, and like the second time I read it, because I took that one on the cruise with me to read it, so determined to finish it by the end of the trip. I literally finished it in the taxi ride home. Like, I had like the last couple of chapters left, but it's just like, I'm like, I have to finish this book. I have to finish this book. And there are characters in it that I like better this time around than I did the first one. Like, I didn't like Dorian, like, that's his name.
Yeah.
Prince. I didn't like him at all the first time I read it. And I like him a lot better the second time. But I like the other guy. What's his name? Yeah, there you go. I like him a lot less this time around than I did the first time, which surprised me, because the first time around, he was my favorite. And I'm just like, and I just, like, the book was not, it just didn't do really much for me. Like, if it was, I know it's like a whole series, and I'm just like, yeah, I liked her less, too. Like, the first time around, I didn't mind her so much, but I like her less this time around, too. And I'm like,
And it's so hard as someone that likes everybody way better later on to be like, like, I fully agree with you.
Yeah. Like, you know, it's like it's not the worst book I've read by far. Like, I didn't put it down in the middle of it. And I've definitely done that with many a book over the years. But, like, it didn't strike me with like, the fact that I had to, like, force myself to read the pages just kind of tells you enough. And I'm just like, yeah, it was okay. Like, it was all right. But, yeah.
I mean, even with ACOTAR, like, just because of what happens farther down the line, like, the first book, even though I love it, is like, I don't want to read it no more.
Yeah, and it's just like, you know, like, I really want to like Sarah J. Maas's books. I want to like, what's the name of the author for Shadow and Bone?
Leigh Bardugo.
I really wanted to like both of, like, those series, that the Shadow and Bone related series. Didn't particularly like the first Shadow and Bone novel. Like, I didn't
that's fair. Because when the series started, the Netflix series, I reread the first one, and I was like, this did get better.
It really just strikes me as every YA novel ever. The same premise of every YA novel ever.
It's the chosen one. It's the chosen one.
Special, but she's special, and it's just like, god damn.
Yep.
Like, do we have to do the she doesn't know she's special, but she's special? Because, like, it's not special anymore.
It's not special anymore.
And it's just like...
Yeah.
Ew, so, like, I can't stand the chosen one, like, trope anyway, because I just think that's the dumbest thing on the planet of, like... Especially when they have to, like, fight this bad ancient evil. I'm like, I'm sorry, but this bad ancient evil has been a bad ancient evil for, like, 1,000 years. You know? Whatever.
It's ancient!
16-year-old to, like, defeat the bad ancient evil? Like, when would that happen? That would be like taking a teenager off the street, giving them 4 days of combat training, and then putting them in a room full of Navy SEALs and expecting them to win. Like, no. You're gonna attend a funeral. Like, that's what's going to happen. Like, no. And as a teenager, fantastic. Best trope on the planet, because it's just like, that means me at my average self, I could be special. And it's just like, that's great.
My average self.
And it's just like, that's great, because that's what made the chosen one trope special when we were teenagers, because it was just like, anybody could be special. And that's what makes the trope, you know, like, fantastic. It's like, it makes anybody feel like they, too, could have, like, this secret about themselves that they didn't know, and you could be special. And it's just like, okay, however, all of its teenagers, why are the teenagers having to save the world? Why can't one person over the age of 25 do literally anything at all? And it's just like, no.
I don't know about you, but I, like, mentally age them up unless they're just so bafflingly teenager.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, one of the things that irritates, like, when I try to, like, ignore their age, and in my head I'll be like, no, they're like 24 or something like that, and then they'll be like, in my 17 summers, and I'm like,
I am trying to forget that you are a child. Please stop.
Please. It's something that irritates me too. It's just like, why are there no, like, novels for that in-between age? Like, you're either 17 or you're
45.
Like 30. And it's just like, what happened to the 20s? Like, that, I will say, one of my favorite things about reading LGBT fiction is almost all of them take place in their 20s. Like, most of them are not, like, teenage era stuff, and they're not older. Like, it's almost always, like, college age level people, and I love that, because it's like, thank God, because I need something that's closer to my age, because I no longer relate to YA novels. It just makes me think teenagers stupid. And I like to pretend I wasn't that stupid as a teenager, but I was.
But your Goodreads came and changed your opinion on that one.
That description was from 2013, okay? Like, don't...
I didn't even see it. By the time I got there, you'd already taken it down. So
I saw it, and I'm just like, oh, this is old.
Yeah, I deleted it. But, like, Ani and I have been connected on Goodreads for, like, a really long time, but I hadn't logged into it before that day in, like, several years. And it's just like, I had to, like, reset all of my passwords and everything, and I'm like, I don't remember shit. So, yeah, no, I did, once I had read, like, the first sentence, and, like, I knew where the description was from because of the way it started, so I didn't read it. And then as I'm telling you guys about it, I went back and I read the whole thing, and I'm just like, oh, let's delete that off the face of the earth.
Well, let's not do that.
Right?
Like, let's pretend I didn't write any of that. Like, that's not happening. That's not real. So, but,
this is not happening.
Like that. Let's pretend I wasn't that cringe at some point in my life. Like, jeez.
Oh, we all were, though. I mean, we all were.
I was a dramatic teenager, so.
But yeah, I mean, you know, it's not quite the age group that you're asking for, but there is a genre that it's not young adult, it's new adult.
Ah, yeah, new adult. Okay.
And now, granted, these people are 19, 20.
But at least they're, like, adults.
But that's, like, I mean, and it usually just means there's more sex.
Yeah.
But they are a little older.
A little.
Yeah, like, I just don't understand why do they all have to be 16, 17? And it's just like, because it literally, there's so little in between. Like, you're 16 or you're 17 or you're 30 to 35. And it's just like, can't there be something in between somewhere at some point? Because that's just stupid that there's not. Yeah. And especially, like, going through those years of, like, in your 20s and just, like, there's no novels based in your age range. And it's just like, okay, so I either read YA or I read stuff about people who are in a different life stage than I am. And, like, that's just kind of weird, so.
I also think that it's, like, the real romance novels, I think, are in your 20s, you know?
Yeah.
Or the characters are in their 20s. Like, so you've moved, the publishing world thinks that you have moved past your dragon fighting days. And you've moved into...
And you said no.
Love of my life in the workplace. Part of your life, you know. That part.
Like, but I didn't. I still want to fight a dragon. It's just like,
I still prefer the dragon.
Like, I don't want to read, like... Night with a Billionaire or like whatever this other shit is. Like, no, I want to fight a dragon.
Fuck my life.
Like,
Fuck my life. Oh yeah, that was the name of a that was the name of a book we found. Hockey.
A hockey romance called Puck My Life.
And it's like we watched this one content creator, Pinky Patel, and she says that, but like with a Hindi accent, so it's like, fuck my life.
And to the friends, she says friends. It's like, hello, my friends.
Hello, my friends.
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about.
I love her.
Yeah, she's hysterical. But so of course we're sitting there laughing our asses off because fuck my life.
But like, I'm currently rereading the Mercy Thompson series. I think 12. 12. The series I think is 12 long, and then like the 13th one is coming out pretty soon. But like,
that is a commitment.
Well, the first one, I've been reading them since like the second or third one had come out. So like, I've been like I was in high school when the first one came out in 2006. So I've been reading them for a while. But I started to read the 12th one because I have it, but I hadn't read it yet. And I started to read it the other day. And, actually 2 days ago. And I'm sitting there and I'm getting through the first chapter. And I'm like, they're referencing a bunch of shit I just don't remember. And I'm like, who the fuck is that? When did that happen? Like, what do you mean you got attacked by witches? When was that? Like, I don't remember that.
What's a witch? Wait.
And, like, this one guy who kept showing, I'm like, I don't know who you are. Who are you? And I'm just like, but, like, I like, the name was vaguely familiar, but I'm like, I should know who you are, but I don't remember who the fuck you are. So I'm just like, okay. So I went and I was looking at the volume before it, and like maybe I should read the volume like before it, because there was like a 2-year gap I think between when 11 and 12 had come out. So like it's been a little while, but I'm like, maybe I should go back and read the one before that. And I'm just thinking, I went to online to see if I could get like a detailed like summary of like the last like 3 or 4 books, so that I could just read them just to like refresh, because it's been a little while. Like, I've read them all, it's just been a little while, so I could get context to read 12. And I was like reading, and like I couldn't find any like super like descriptive ones that had spoilers in it, because I was looking for the ones that had spoilers, and everything didn't have any spoilers in it. And I'm just like, like one of the reviews that I was reading of like volume number like 11 or something like that, 10 or 11, and they're just like, I think I'm gonna have to go back and reread the series. There's a lot of references I think I didn't get, and it's just like, okay, it's not just me. It's a lot going on. And I thought to myself,
I mean, 12 books in, I would expect there'd be like, I mean, like, that at least the cast had grown, you know, like, because like you can't have the same like 2 people and 2 people only. I mean, they have to encounter other beings,
it's definitely
creatures.
grown. And like the last like 3 or 4 of the volumes that have come out, like, the cast has really grown, like, a lot, and so it's hard to keep track of everybody, and, like, who's doing who, and who's what species, and I'm like, who's a fae, who's a werewolf, who's a vampire, like, I'm losing track of this shit.
Who's doing who and who's what species.
Yeah, and it's just like, who the fuck was that again? Like, I don't remember, and then, so, like, I was thinking to myself, you know, okay, maybe I should start, like, a couple, like, volumes back, and start from there, and, like, move forward, and I'm just like, but, you know, I know the first, like, 4 books really, really well, and then, because I've read them just over and over and over again, and, you know, and, like, the middle ones of, like, 5 through, like, 8 or 9, like, I know fairly well, because I've read them, like, twice or whatever, and then after that, I've read them, like, once each, I think, and I'm like, you know what, I think it would just be better for me because apparently in the most recent book, there's a lot of references to some of the earlier books, and I'm like, I should just read it.
Don't you love when they do that? You're just like, fuck.
Yeah, and I'm just like, it's been 12 books, and it came out in 2006, so, you know, like, not like I was, like, 14, 15 when it came out, and, like, 15 years later, like, here you go. So I'm just like, okay, I guess I should start the series over. So I've started the series over again, and I really like the early books. And not that I don't like the later books, but the first ones are so much simpler and more straightforward than the later ones. And it's just like, you know, humanity's not at war with Faekind in the first, like, 5 books. So
humanity's not at war.
It's just like, you know, it's simpler because I don't have to know who's on what side, and all of the federal agents that get involved, and, like, the alphabet soup of their names and everything, so. But, you know, so, like, I'm just trying to like, start over from scratch and everything like that, because from the first chapter that I read of 12, I need to have a better understanding of, like, all of the players on board, because shit's happening already in, like, the first chapter, and I'm like, I don't know. And I'm like, why is Underhill a person? Like, Jesus. like the little girl says hello, and they're like, hi, Underhill. And I'm like, fuck, I forgot she was a person now. Like, and I'm just like, god damn it, that's right. And it's just like that, and you pissed off an archfey that can, like, control hurricanes and shit like that. Like, damn it. So it's a lot, and I just have to go back and, like, start over and, like, reread it. So maybe after I do that, I'll go back and I'll reread the Kate Daniels series, since Tony's gonna read it at some point. So, because I love that series. That was a great series too. In fact, I actually like that one more than I like this one. So, which is saying something, because for the longest time, the Mercy Thompson series was my all-time favorite series. But the Kate Daniels series did take that over. So, by a small margin. But in one of the volumes for the Mercy Thompson series, she gets assaulted, and that was a huge put-off for me in the series. So, the Kate Daniels series doesn't have that problem. I'm like, thank God, because not every fucking series needs that. Just like, and that's another thing that'll put me just off of a series with no, like, so fucking fast that I'll put down and, like, never pick back up again. And it's just like, cool, no, I'm done with that, thanks, bye. I almost put the Mercy Thompson series down because of that, but I decided to read the next volume when it came out, and, you know, and luckily it has not happened since. It was just the one time in, like, the 3rd book, I want to say. So
yeah, I made Misty happy telling her that I'm probably going to read the Kat Daniels series next.
Yeah,
Kate Daniels series is fantastic. So. Always a supporter of people reading the Kate Daniels series,
right?
And the authors, because I know the author says Ilona Andrews, but they're a duo, actually. It's her and her husband.
Her and her husband, yeah.
Yeah, they're very nice people, so I have met them before. They came to Castles and Poor People once, so.
I always like it when they're nice people. It always makes me much happier to support you. If you're a shitty person, I'm just like, never mind.
Yeah, I met them and Jeannie Frost. So I met them both. So because they were doing a joint signing, and I have a poster actually that has both everybody's signature on it. So, but yeah. So and the thing I like about Ilona Andrews too, she's doing more than one series, like, at a time. Whereas Patricia Briggs, who does the Mercy Thompson series, is just doing the Mercy Thompson series, and like that's it. And so I don't get any other content from her except for when she releases one of those. But the Ilona Andrews, like there's so many. They had multiple ongoing series like at the same time and everything. So, and now the Kate Daniels series technically ended, but now they're like doing a second series with Kate in it. So it's just like there's now another series, but there's also like spin-off series and like all this other stuff going on. So I appreciate the pursuit of the world building through other characters too. So
I haven't wanted to do shit. Like, I just want to get off work and go to sleep.
Yeah.
I don't even want to go to work. I just want to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, no.
Especially after today. It's just like, with Elsa, like, constantly micromanaging every 10 minutes. Being, or like, not even 10 minutes, every, like, 2 minutes, like, where's the file? Are you working on it? Is it ready yet? I'm like, it's like, we're coming up on the time. Like, I am aware that we are quickly reaching the end of our deadline. I'm very well aware. I'm working with what we got. Please stop.
Oh yeah, last week the finance department was like, have they sent you the docs for this yet? I mean, like, just up our ass, like, have you done this yet? Da, 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 da. And it's like, and she had the audacity to be like, it's holding up the close of the month. And I'm like, well, it's holding up my life, so I feel you, but shut the fuck up.
My life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was not, like, this was Friday. I'm not supposed to be fucking working today, but here I am. So it'll get done when it gets done, and
you'll get it when you'll get it.
Yeah.
You'll fucking get it when you get it.
Just leave me alone, and things will happen faster.
If these people weren't in New Jersey, it would be done by now because I would have gone. But, ugh. No, I know, I just don't want to do it anymore.
Right.
Just like, leave me alone.
I understand that.
And now it's like the beginning of the month, and I can pretend it's not a nightmare, but it's going to be a nightmare in 20 days, you know? Like, I just know it's coming.
Days.
I completely understand that. One of my professors, what's the word I'm looking for? Despise her. And I was recently...
That's a good word. That's a good word.
I was recently told she's leaving the university, and it was so hard to just go like, yes, thank God. Like, I no longer work with her because of an issue that she had, like her and I had when my boss was on vacation.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. So she's no longer going to be here, and I'm like, and luckily they haven't, since the incident and everything like that, like, they haven't had me work with her. Thank God. Like, my boss just now works with her because she just causes problems with literally everyone, and my boss is super sweet, but she has absolutely no issues telling you this is not her problem. So, and it's just like, good. But, so, like, after the issues and everything, I didn't have to work with her anymore, but, you know, obviously my boss did, and I felt, you know, you feel bad for her because of all the shit, like, she's going through for it and all that, but, so that chick's leaving, thank God. Like, just nobody's mad about it. Like, nobody's gonna be mad about it. But, so that was good news I received at work, but one of my professors has this habit. We have a system, a computer system, and when we put in the proposals in there, we have to send them to through 2 stages of reviews, and then, like, it gets sent back to me if there needs to be changes made, and then, like, once those changes are made, then it gets sent to the next group of people. And this professor, every time, like, the changes that, like, the list of changes that need to be made are sent back to me, will make, like, a small comment and then just send it back for review. And once he does, I can't change anything. I can't make any of the updates that he wants me to make. And it's just like, could you stop doing that every fucking time? And he did it yesterday. Like, it just, he's in such a hurry to get his proposals out that he just thinks he's taking care of an issue. And I'm like, there were 6 things that need fixing. You made a note about one of them and sent it back, and nothing got solved. You are making this take longer. Stop it. And, like, it
sounds about right for, like, any work-related situation ever. Yeah, yes, they are making it worse.
It's just like, you're making this so much harder. And like, they sent it back to me today, and they're just like, sent back so admin can make changes. And I had to email him and be like, I am working on this. Don't send it anywhere. Like, you're making this worse. So, like, luckily he didn't. And like, I made the changes and everything. And he's like, so do I need to do anything? Or are you just telling me that it's done? And I'm like, yes, I'm just telling you that it's done. Are you ready to proceed with submission? And he obviously he was, because he keeps sending it back because he's ready for it to go out. But I'm just like, this would just go a lot better if you would just stop.
I mean, like, I would be so tempted to be like, just stop asking him, like, do you approve this for submission, blah, 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 right? Like, just knowing that there's errors in there, and it's be like, I wish there was a system in place that would defend you. So you could just be like, no, he said it was ready. Not my problem.
I mean, to be fair, like, if I could do that, I would absolutely do that, because that would be...
Oh, I would do it left and right. I'd be like, no, look, no.
Yeah. Unfortunately, asking if they're ready for submission is a part of my job, and I get in trouble if I don't have their approval.
I totally understand, because at National Lampoons, it was part of my job too, like making sure things were ready to go.
Yeah.
I mean, and there were
all at National Lampoon.
Yes, because could it possibly be more accurate? No. But excuse me. But yeah, no, I mean, there were certain things where the system was such that I knew if something was missing to some degree, but also it's just like, it's on you, bruh, to make sure that your thing is ready for, your application is ready for submission.
That's true. That is the way I feel with a lot of these things. It's just like, for some of it, I'm supposed to be the one who reminds them that the due dates are coming up, and I'm like, these are grown adult people with PhDs. If they haven't figured out how to do their own time management, then I'm not sure why I should be responsible.
Yeah.
So
I mean, a large part of my job was having meetings with these people to remind them of due dates and things that when things needed to be submitted and what needed to be done. Like that was 12 meetings a week. Was that?
God, no.
Yeah. Like half an hour time slots with these people and explaining to them exactly everything that was open of theirs. Like they were idiots, because they were.
I will move heaven and earth to avoid having a Zoom meeting with literally anyone other than my boss. Like, I've had people, like some of my professors and stuff like that, who will just fucking call me through Zoom, like, all of a sudden, and I'll be like,
no, I'm not available. Sorry, I don't have a functioning phone with a camera on it.
It's like, you can email, and usually what they want is, like, a 2-sentence, like, email, and I'm just like, just email that to me. Like, why would you try to call me for that?
Yeah, I will totally respond to the email. I mean, I will reject the phone calls 100% of the time if I think I can get away with it. And then I'll be like, hey, so sorry, I'm in the middle of something. How can I help you? So like, I'm still doing that. I'm still totally being helpful.
Yeah.
But I absolutely will not speak to you on the phone.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just like, because first of all, Zoom, if you're calling me on Zoom, is video. And I really just don't need a bunch of these people to know what I look like at all. And most of the time when I'm sitting at my desk, I'm barely presentable for, like, public viewing. Like, no. Most of, like...
Oh, I'm regularly in my pajamas.
Yeah, and I'm just like, so, like... I make sure, like, if I'm wearing, like, a tank top or something, like, I have thrown something over it when I have my morning meetings with my boss, and then after that, I become less presentable throughout the day. So don't just fucking call me out of nowhere, because by the time 2 o'clock rolls around, the answer's no. So...
My direct manager also does not believe in the camera, so I love him for that.
Valid.
Because he... usually doesn't want to wear a shirt, so he doesn't. We found that out by mistake one time, like, because someone we called him from a group thing. Yeah. He's like, oh wait, hold on, because the camera came on and it was like, oh Johnny, no.
Johnny
Just like, please.
Oh no, he knew about it right away. I mean,
Yeah.
it was there. It was gone in like a half second. But since then, we have abided by the no cameras, so works for me.
Valid, very valid. So that's yeah. I kind of wish like we didn't when we have our group meetings with the team.
Ew.
I don't use my camera. Like mostly because our group meetings involve like all like 5 or 6 of us, but it's actually just a meeting between my boss and her boss, and they just talk to each other. What the rest of us are just there, and I'm like, this is the most pointless thing on the planet because it's literally just her telling him all of the things he needs to know about his own job, and I'm like, you should really just have this man's job. Like, why does he have he's the head of a department and a professor, and he has his own proposals, and he's got like 2 other job titles on top of that I'm not like I don't even know a lot about, and I'm like, why put this much on this man when you could really just give his job to someone else? So
Right?
it's ridiculous to me that it's just like she should just have his job, and then one of my other coworkers should just have her job, because that would just make more sense. But because so much going on for so many different people, and it's just like, yeah, it's not necessary. So but yeah.
I would say I was on the phone last week with the warehouse disaster.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that I was on the phone 50% of the week.
Ew.
Uh-huh.
Ew. No.
Uh-huh. Yeah, because it was either with my own team or with the warehouse being idiots. Yeah, I would say 50% of my week. And usually my amount of time on the phone under normal circumstances was like an hour or 2 max per week out of 40.
Yeah.
And that was like a combined several meetings, but this just, and you got to remember, I worked 3 9-hour days last week. So that 50% is more than my usual time just at work in general.
No.
No, thank you.
No.
I'll pass. I don't want to spend more time doing my job. Like, my job's not in its nature hard. It's hard in a lot of ways for me just because of the fact that, like, I had 3 days of training and like that was it. And every single proposal that I get sent is vastly different than the one before it in a lot of ways. And it's just like, okay, teaching myself a bunch of stuff. But like at its core, it's not technically difficult once you understand what you're doing. But like, it's also so boring. And I just like, I can't imagine doing it for more hours. Like, just... No, I think it's too many hours as it is. So, like, I just don't think the 8-hour work week, or technically it's like 8 to 5, so it's 9 hours because I have an hour-long lunch. But like, I just don't need to be doing anything for 9 consecutive hours. It's outdated.
It is. It really is. I don't need to be doing that much stuff. No.
Yeah, it's just like, why? Why do this to me? Like, why? Nobody needs to be doing anything for 8 to 9 hours a day. Just like, Lord. Because 8 to 5 is such a terrible hour, like, set time for work, too. It's just like, it's so early in the morning you can't get anything done, and it goes so, like, far into the day that, like, especially now with the way daylight savings time is, it's dark by the time I'm done. So, like, that's really shitty. I feel like a vampire who only sees, like, the light of day through a window, and it's just like,
I know. It's just like, by the time I'm done with work, I'm just like, I have maybe an hour of daylight left.
Yeah.
And then it feels late. Like, oh, it's only 5. It feels like it's 8.
Yeah, it does. And it's one of the reasons I wish they would get rid of daylight savings time, because I'm just like, come on. Like, this is not functioning or helping literally anyone. And it just makes people unhappy because it's so dark so early.
I sleep so much better.
No.
I sleep so much better.
On which? During the winter or during the summer?
During the winter. I sleep.
Well, I mean, all they need to do is pick one and stick with it. Like that, I mean, literally, if there's just not the disruption, they just need to pick one.
Yeah.
It's true.
So, because, like, it's just, I just need it to, because I really prefer it when it's lighter later, because you feel like you know, there's
you can get more done.
Time to do stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like, I enjoy the ability to, like, hey, it's 5 and I've got like 2 or 3 more hours of daylight left, you know, before like it gets super dark and stuff. So I appreciate that. But the way it is now, it's just so dark, so early. It just like, it makes you feel like your whole day is just waste. And it's just like, that's great. That's what I enjoy, spending my whole day sitting at a desk. Just like, boring.
I hate it. And then I didn't even have a lunch break today because I had to work through my lunch to get this fucking file done. And I'm just like, I want to stop.
Fun. Jeez.
I know.
That sounds awful. But working, just in general, is...
Working in general is awful, yes.
Yes.
As a requirement, yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
Like, nobody...
Like, why can't I professionally work on my book? Like, and just get paid for that.
Right?
And make a living wage so I can go do things I want to do. But no, I have to do them. And I don't hate my job. I really don't. I just have hated the last 3 weeks.
Yeah. Well, that's valid.
I hate
though,
the warehouse.
Yeah, you hate the warehouse.
Not my job. But anyway, but like, why do I have to do this job to make money, to do things so that I can, and then I don't have time to do the book that I really want to get, you know, whatever. But
that's valid, though. Like, that's a valid complaint against the world. Like,
yeah.
So, because like that...
Or like, why can't you just plan D&D campaigns?
Right?
All day long and get paid for it.
I could, like... There's such a thing as professional DMs, but I do not know nearly enough about D&D to do that. So some people do that. Like, that's their job.
Right.
They get paid to, like, be a DM. And it's just like, that's impressive. So that never be
us guinea pigs appreciate you, so...
Well, I
Very
appreciate
much.
that. The sheer just amount of knowledge that one would have to have would probably be the undoing part of just like, and like having, because like some of them do like a mini campaign, but some of them will do like just one shots, and I'm like, I would recycle the one shots over and over again. And it's just like, no. But I would also, well, if I was gonna do it, in all honesty, I would just use, like, I would run modules from the books. I would just be like, hey, I'm going to run Cholt, you know, like a portion of Cholt or the Curse of Strahd or something like that. So, like, I wouldn't, I wouldn't, like, make my own. I would just, like, yeah, we're going to run through, like, whatever of the Curse of Strahd. And, like, there you fight an immortal vampire demon dude. So, but,
I would support that.
I support that.
So it's you know, it's just like it just depends, in all honesty. Like, some people I imagine make pretty good money off of it, because if you do it often enough, I imagine you could make good money off of it. But I wouldn't want to have to.
And it's a lot of fucking work.
Yeah, like I wouldn't want to have to. That's a lot of work, and it's also like a lot of relying on freelance for your income, and I'm not about relying on freelance for my income. That's
not how the world works. Freelance is fine for like a side hustle, but like,
yeah, but not like for.
But like, there has to be some dependable dollars in the bank.
Exactly. Like, I don't want to have to be like, well, it was slow this month, so like I can't like eat or pay rent or something. Like, that's insane to me. And I'm just like, people who freelance for a living are far
braver than me,
and more willing to gamble with their their finances than I am. So, because I'm just not willing to gamble with my finances at all. I'll take my job over that.
I won't.
Any day.
I refuse.
Yeah, like I can't. I couldn't bring myself.
I have too many responsibilities, I guess you could say. I mean, like, my family, my cats, my the things, all the things. Like, there's people relying on me.
Yeah, exactly. Same here. And it's just like if I like am not making rent, then there's no rent money. Like that's just the way that is. And it's just like, yeah, I'm not willing to risk that. That's not any fun. So,
No,
but
unfortunately.
Welcome to your 30s, everybody.
Or you do
Where-
shit. Yeah.
Where food is important.
valid. Valid. Food is always very important, though.
Oh yeah, we are a food driven friend group.
I mean,
There's no argument here. That is 100% what it is.
You want to go here? But there's food. Okay, I'll go.
like, yeah, you know, maybe.
Sure. Water. No. Yes. Earth, water, air. I am finding so many men to add to this thing. It's ridiculous.
I describe one person on my list as the mafia version of Tamaki from Ouran High School. And I'm just like,
I can't even picture Tamaki as like a mafia head.
so that'll be an event for you. So you can enjoy that when we come to it. So,
All right.
yeah. So
Okay.
that's a thing. It's from a series that I think I've seen. Like, I mean, I watched the series. It was not a bad series by any stretch of the imagination. The animation was also really good, which was nice. But it was an odd series. Like, it takes like a weird turn, and it's just like, all right, this is a little strange.
A little strange. That's it.
Just like, yeah,
Oh.
that's weird. It's really irritating because the name of the character is the same name as an author, and like, so I keep pulling up stuff like about the character, and I keep getting a bunch of stuff about the author, and I'm like, no.
This is not
Stop
what I
it.
want.
No, not the real person, please.
Yeah, like, I don't give a damn about the real person. Just like, but his name was based off of this person, and I'm like, that's nice, but that's not
That's
who I'm
nice.
looking for. Like, that's still not who I'm looking for, so still looking for like a character, not a real human being, thank you. Like, I don't want anybody on this list who's a real human being, because that makes them less interesting. And that says more about me than it should. I'm up to 20 people on my list.
I'm at 19.
Cool. The biggest thing that takes me so long to do my list is picking just the right photos. Like, I need it to be a photo that you guys will look at and like appreciate the visual appeal of the person, but like also giving you like different like points of view of the person.
Right. It also has to, be slightly, how will we say, misleading in a way. Like, not necessarily doesn't give everything away.
Yeah.
Maybe not misleading, but like it doesn't share the whole.
Like, I'm not
The
going to
whole
show you
picture.
the ones where they're just completely soaked in blood because they're a psycho. Like, I don't want you to
Right.
know that up front.
Yeah.
I want
That's not
your
the picture you
opinions
submit
based
to the
on...
matchmaker anyway.
Yeah, like, I want your opinions based on the visuals and, like, not anything else. Like, there's a little piece of trivia, and then there's a quote from the character, and then, like, everything else is based on visuals. And, like, I want your just genuine opinion based on that and nothing else. So, like, I don't want there to be a whole lot of context because that defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
So it's just like, just give me a little bit of context. Are you including images in your PowerPoint?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yes, she is. Yes.
cool.
I shared it with her because she's going to be adding to it.
Yeah.
Also, there's one of Cassian that I don't like, and so I'm going to send you
Which-
something else.
Okay, which
Bottom
one?
right.
Oh, okay.
Bottom right.
He was like a samurai.
He doesn't have a handsome face in that one. It's
That's
not the
valid.
samurai part. It's the
It's the face.
Mhm.
That's valid, though. So I'm curious how many of these...
I'm emotionally attached to that character, so that's why I'm
That's
like,
valid. I'm
he
curious.
must be handsome.
I'm curious to how many of these people that like all have like heard stuff about based on like the
just
internet
us talking.
existing. No, the internet just existing.
Oh, yeah.
The amount of ACOTAR stuff I come across is so bizarre to me because I'm like, I don't understand the context for this at all. So, and then just like sometimes I'll send you guys ones and I'm like, I'm not entirely certain if this is funny, but I'm gonna send it to you anyway. So. It's just like, is this funny? Is this accurate? I don't know. I'm sending it to you anyway, so we're gonna find out.
We're gonna find
They very
out.
usually are, actually.
That's good, because I'm just like, I usually base it on like, how many likes does this have? Okay, if there's a fair amount of likes, I can usually make the assumption that it makes some kind of sense. So I'm like, cool. So
I'm trying to go through all the other characters that I would want to put on here.
But like I think it's really funny that you guys are definitely using like 2 to 3 main series that I don't know shit about. Like the Throne of Glass one, at least I'm aware of like whoever's in the first book. But beyond that, I was just like, not a clue.
Oh yeah, Aaron's husband doesn't show up until way later.
Yeah. So like I'm aware that like a huge part of like the cast or of the series or whatever doesn't show up until multiple like books in or
Rowan?
something.
You mean?
Huh?
Yeah, he doesn't show up till book 3. That might be why I wanted to start with book 3.
Because really, it's that early on when we meet Rowan.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I thought it was later.
Oh, he's a total dick for a while. Remember?
Oh, he's
And
such a dick.
I mean, she's not helping, but yeah. That might be why I like book 3. But also, Manon starts in book 3 too. So.
Oh yeah, I love Matt.
So.
I say Manon.
Again, true. I have no idea. I don't think it matters. So do you have any final thoughts with your birthday being 33?
Not really. It's just...
Nope, not in there.
I'm still in my 30s. Nothing's changed.
Fair. Like it all kind of starts to blend together after a while.
It does, and I'm just really hoping that I can get more money.
That's valid. Like, that's exactly what my own thoughts are every year, so...
Mm-hmm. I just would like to make more money, and I'll be happy camper.
Yeah. Just like, do you have any goals for the year? Besides money making?
Actually read. Maybe meet my goal. Not maybe. I want to meet my goddamn goal.
Yeah. I mean, that's valid. I'm trying to read more novels. Like, I'm trying. I'm making an effort. So
I know you are. And it's
like, woo. It's a fight, but I'm giving it a shot, so. But some actual real novels going on, and like I officially like have finished a new manga volume that I bought the other day. So
okay.
I checked off one. Like wee
Stop.
So it was really weird in some ways because like it was it's like a soccer like one, and I've read several like sports ones before. But, like, I was really just kind of expecting it to be like the other ones because it's, it's high school students and there's a sport and all that. Like, okay. I wasn't expecting the kids that were going to, like, this training camp to just be, like, abducted, kind of, thrown into a facility approved by the government to then be, like, made to compete in, like, this battle royale soccer thing. And I'm like, this took a turn I wasn't expecting at all, but sure. So yeah.
But sure. Whatever direction we went, huh?
Yeah, like it started out really normal, like, high school soccer tournament and like all that. I'm like, okay, this is gonna go the way every other like sports series has gone, and it's just like, no, it did not. And I'm like,
no.
Huh? And they're like, you're all going to this facility and you're gonna like live here, and they're all like, wait, what? We didn't agree to that. And they're like, we don't really care. And I'm like,
We don't really care.
They're minors.
Anytime anyone says they're going to live at a facility, I'm just like, that
was built specifically by the government to train the world's next greatest soccer player. And I'm like, are y'all that bitter about not, like, winning the last World Cup? Because
pretty sure that's a natural talent thing and not a
that was
forcible thing.
One of the things that they said, too, is just, like, all of the other positions, except for, I think, striker, can be taught, but that one has to be natural born talent, so we're competing, all 300 of you, against each other to find who that talent is. And it's just like, huh?
How about no?
So you're locking them in a facility.
In a facility.
There's like, y'all didn't get a single bout of parental approval for this. That's what kidnapping is. Like, okay.
That's what kidnapping is, guys.
Yeah, I really gotta say, wasn't expecting the immediate kidnapping of a bunch of kids, but I'm like, okay, I guess that's where we're at in this series. So it definitely took a different turn than I was expecting. So it's just like, okay.
That's hilarious.
Sure, but like, odd for a sports book, but wasn't what I expected at all. I mean, like, it's good so far. Like, I really like it. It's just fully underprepared for the kidnapping of a bunch of minors. So, as one typically is.
As they go, as they are.
As they go, like, just kind of like, huh, all right, sure. That's a surprise, but yeah. So, like, it's really good, but that's officially my first finished book of the year. So, and I think my, like, currently reading list is like 3 or 4 because I've got a couple of things going on. So, but yeah, so I've got a couple of books, and I figured, like, if I'm currently reading 3 or 4 at a time, I might finish some of them. So that's
very well could.
Yeah,
you very well could.
Now I'm just trying to finish novels now, because if I read all 12 of the Mercy Thompson series, then that's 12 books towards my goal. So, and I'll probably won't read all of them. I think I'll skip, like, the 3rd one. So, but yeah. So if I do that, there's at least 12 in. So, but out of the 40 that I did put it as 40 just because of the fact that I'm going to read, non-novels. So I'm going to read some manga. But and
that's a totally valid reading manga and stuff. I'm telling you, I see, like, these people who are like, oh, I read 300 books this year, and I'm like, when?
How?
Yeah.
And then it turns out there's a lot of graphic novels and stuff, and manga and stuff, and I'm like, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, it's
the last graphic novel I read was, like, I read it in half an hour, so
yeah,
I get it.
Yeah. So, like, a lot of times I don't like to, like, buy my graphic novels just for the fact that, like, it's 30 minutes to an hour of reading, and then that's over. But, like, I don't own nearly as many as I used to. I used to own, like, 500. Like, not even, like, that's not even an exaggeration. I owned it about 500
but
of them at one point.
I know how that goes.
And I think now I've got, like, I'll say maximum 40, maybe 50. So, which is a huge downsize from the 500 of them I owned as a teenager. So,
okay, friends, I think I'm gonna need to hop off because I'm wearing out a little bit, or my medicine is.
Yeah, your makeup.
Not sure.
Yep, your makeup is wearing off.
My makeup wore out a long time ago.
Valid.
The gremlin witch is present.
Well, it did pretty much go in the same vein as I think my birthday episode, where we just kind of bullshitted the whole time. So,
it's kind of how we
it's kind of our friendship thing.
Mm-hmm. It's how we roll.
It's very true. Like, that's just how we roll, and, like, that's fun, and then we'll have to do the same thing for Aaron's birthday when that rolls around, too. So
nobody has to worry. That's till September. We're good. Nobody worry.
We got a while.
Like, we'll go through my birthday first before we get to birthday, so, but we'll get there. So, but yeah, so, well, happy birthday to Ani.
Happy
Thank
birthday
you.
to you. Happy birthday.
85th birthday.
It's been 84 years and I can still smell the fresh paint.
Fresh paint.
And that is us in a nutshell right there.
Yep.
Yep. So, but
Absolutely demented. That is it. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. That's our entire friendship is what that is. Ani, very happy birthday to you. I hope you liked your gift. So
I did that. I totally thought that I bought it for myself. I accidentally bought it for myself.
yeah, I got you blood spattered metal D&D dice.
Yeah,
and because I'm like, girl, you needs new dice, like hardcore new dice.
Fun fact: I also ordered a big bag of dice, like 175 pieces from Amazon. So
why?
Because I can.
She's a dice goblin. She's just going, instead of collecting them individually, she's just going ham, like right out the gate. Like, she's like, nah, I just want all the dice, all right now.
I need to see which one is gonna like me.
One of them has to.
Right?
Like,
one of them has to fucking like me.
One of them has to like you. Between that and the dice tray, you'd like to think you could roll above a 5. So, we'll see. You're gonna need it for the next session, so... but hopefully your new dice will be in by then. So at the very least, your metal dice are there. So, but
talk nice to them and introduce yourself. Be friendly. You know that kind
throw
of
them
stuff.
on the floor or roll them on the floor.
Well, she threw them on the floor after they were already mean. So,
I mean, valid.
Hayden has a pair of dice that, or not pair, a set of dice that, they're not nice.
That's fair. I think we all have one of those. Everybody who has like more than like 2 sets has a one that's good to you and one that's bad to you. So I try to use the ones that are mean that day as the enemy dice and like the good ones for Dazara. But like sometimes that's just, they're all mean. So, but yeah, so very happy birthday to you, and don't get arrested because I can't bail you out from this far away. So.
And I won't.
But you can call me and if you have any bodies to bury. And I can tell you how to store those until I get there.
Erin, you're going to be in the jail cell with me.
I'm going to be on the outside going, I told you so.
You're going to be the one calling Misty, be like, we need bail money.
I wouldn't impose upon her in that way.
All right, well.
Love you.
Yes, I love you all.
Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Tune in next week for more fuckery because we have some serious questions and concerns.
It's me. Hi,
I'm the problem.